The next morning I woke up pain-free and I was like, this is crazy. It's gotta be a fluke, right? I literally went pain-free for an entire week. I have the perfect Healy testimonial because literally the pain that I've been experiencing over the last 4 weeks is a direct result of strain that comes from exercise. It's pain and strain that comes from exercise, and also some chronic pain conditions. So I have sciatica issues, and when I overextend myself or overexert myself exercise-wise, that pain comes back up. So Healy in the United States is a device designed to be used for the temporary relief of pain associated with sore and aching muscles in the shoulder, waist, back, arms, and legs due to strain from exercise or normal household work activities, and for the symptomatic relief and management of chronic intractable pain and relief of pain associated with arthritis. I love doing really high intensity exercise and working out and Muay Thai, and I actually had to stop doing Muay Thai because my back pain was getting so bad, and so then I moved to Pilates. And anyway, many of you know, some of you don't, but my back went out completely about 4 weeks ago. It had never happened to me before. I've never had that happen, like to the point where I was literally stuck on those stairs right there, and I had to crawl up the stairs into my bed. And it took me probably 30 minutes to get into my bed. And the next day, I only got out of bed twice to go to the bathroom, and each time it took me an hour to get to the bathroom and to get back. I was in so much pain, you guys, like worse than any childbirth experience, like the most painful thing I've experienced to date for sure. So the day after this happened, my really good friend, Catherine, messaged me, and she was like, hey, I'd love to give you a distance healing session for your back. And she was like, hey, I've got this new device, Healy. She's not trying to sell me on it at all. She just wants to help me, right? She's like, I've got this new device, Healy. Can I do a distance healing for you? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so she does the distance healing, and the next day I feel remarkably better. This is distance healing. This is not even having these electrodes on my body, right? It's literally her surrogating for me with the machine and doing a distance healing. I feel remarkably better, and then I start employing all these different healers. Like, I've done a lot for my back over the last 4 weeks. So along the way of me getting this distance healing and then talking to Kat about what Healy was, and I was like, after the distance healing, I was sold. I was like, I don't know what this thing is, but I need it. And she started telling me all the things that it did, and I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, how can I get my hands on one of these devices? And then she started sharing the business opportunity with me, and I was like, oh, I'm not selling it, but I do want the device. So I literally went to purchase the device for personal use because I was like blown away, and I was like, I have to have this thing. I have to be able to use it on myself and my family, and work with my clients with it. And then somewhere along the line, I realized that Healy was a brand new company and that it was just launching in the United States, and I basically was given a vision by the divine of a way that I could help my community create safety, stability, and security for themselves. It was a way for me to actually contribute to them, to them acquiring and accumulating wealth. So last Monday, so a week ago yesterday, I went to a Healy event in Abood, and I met Taryn, and I'd actually already met Taryn, but I met Taryn and Max at this event, and I was in a fair amount of pain because, so my back had, I had gotten to about, I would say I had gotten to about 80 to 85% better. But I still was in that, if your back has gone out, you know what I'm talking about. You're literally walking around everywhere so gingerly because you know that one wrong step can put it out again. And so we had driven, and I had not been in a car, I had not been in a motorbike. I literally had been sequestered in my home because my pain had been that bad. So we drove up to Abood, which is about an hour and a half from where we live, and the road is quite bumpy and swervy. And so by the time we got there, I was in a fair amount of pain, so much so that I was really having difficulty sitting. I couldn't participate. They do this dance thing at the beginning, this really amazing embodiment dance thing at the beginning of these things at this Healy event in Abood. And I just was uncomfortable. I was in a lot of pain. And so I sat through the presentation the best that I could. And then I was actually having a conversation with Taryn afterwards. And she was like, what's going on? Because I was being all awkward. And I was just oh, my back, I'm having tons of back pain. And she was like, let's put this release program on you. And it's one of the Gold Cycle, for those of you that are already following Healy. It's one of the base level programs And there's like really no base level in Healy because they're all fucking incredible. But she was like, let's just run this release program on you. I didn't even complete the program, you guys. Like, I ran maybe 15 minutes of the release program. And by the time the program was over, I was feeling remarkably better, to the point that I was not in pain driving home from Abood. The next morning I woke up pain-free. And I was like, this is crazy. It's got to be a fluke, right? I literally went pain-free for an entire week. No stiffness, no nothing. Pain-free for a week. And so then yesterday, I started to get just a little bit of the stiffness back. It wasn't pain, but it was like I was starting to feel my back stiffen up again. And so I also happened to be with Taryn yesterday doing some other things for Healy. And so I asked her if we could run that program again. And so I ran the complete gold program yesterday on my back. And again, by the time it was over, pain completely gone, like gone from my back. So, and again, like this is exactly what this device is cleared for in the United States. And I just feel like there are so many benefits of this that are non-pain related. It is a holistic wellness device. And so there are so many benefits to using this. And if this is calling to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to know more about this, definitely like reach out to me.